So hey, look who stopped by today. It's Sage.
How's it going?
From Bus Grease Monkey's channel, Scott Crosby's channel. He has the silversides that had a lot of work done on it back when.
Let's see, I bought it in September. October, we put a week in, and then we put another weekend in November, and finally got it running. And so now it's in Indianapolis, but it was originally in Ohio. So I've moved 300 miles so far, but we're not done. We got a long way to go.
You got a lot of work. There's a silversides over here that I'm going to be posting a video of.
That is an amazing. That's an amazing silversides that Paul has, the one we just toured. It's awesome.
And Sage got to pick Paul's brain for a while because he's had that coach for 35 years.
Yeah, about that.
Like
He said 35 years.
So he's forgotten more than we know at this point.
Yeah,
so.
and I always love when you ask a question that is seemingly a good question, and he looks at you like, well, that's a bone, well, you just do this. I'm like, oh, yeah, I never thought about that. That's a great idea. It's like one after another. So he's if you're gonna put that video up, that's a nice silversides, boy.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Okay, so you've got. Would you mind if I took a look under there on how yours? Because
he's planning his right now.
Yeah, we were just sitting in his mapping out mine, and.
But I have a 4106, and you have a silversides, so.
So I was at the Blytheville. Did you hear about that? The Blytheville show this year. There were 7 silversides there.
Oh, there were. Where's the Blytheville show?
So Blytheville, Arkansas, took their Greyhound station and restored it to original condition.
I've heard about that.
And so they had a rally in 13, and then they had a rally this year, and I went down to it. And there were 7 silversides down there.
Were they all in good shape?
They were in various. Mark Renner, who he is. He's got the most spectacular silversides I think that exists.
Is he the guy from Oregon?
Yes,
Yeah. Well, I understand he sold everything.
he did to a friend of mine in Ontario.
Yeah.
So that he had that down there.
Yeah. Did he have it painted?
So did you have a lot of bent?
You gonna open up the engine compartment?
Do you have a lot of bent metal when you got yours? Okay.
You straightened it out?
See this door?
Yeah.
See this corner?
Yeah.
It was right about there.
How?
See this door? Somebody ran into it.
Oh my gosh.
They ran into it. They caught it. See here? Look at here. See where they caught it here?
Yeah.
This thing was bent clear around backwards. The tire was cut. The rim was bent. The rim was lipped. This was ripped off clear up to about here. They caught this door and shoved it out there.
Oh, no kidding.
And see this door here?
Yeah, the battery, the electric door.
See here? See here? The little dent there?
Yeah.
See the dents down through there?
Flipped it open.
And this was they had caught this somewhere and wadded this piece up. And so see where I welded, got another piece, and I welded it in and did all this finishing stuff.
Wow.
I'll be right with you, Bruce. And so yeah, was it bad? Oh yeah.
Mine's not. Mine's not.
And buff it.
Oh, okay.
But you have to take the anodizing off.
Yeah, that's.
Okay, you have to get 3M pads.
Yeah.
And put 2 on your buffer, and you just go.
But once you do that, then you got to clear coat it or something, right?
No, I never clear coated this. I
got to repolish it
You have to polish it. Okay.
I haven't polished this in years and years and years, but I wash it with Simple Green.
Yeah.
And my half Simple Green and half my vinyl cleaner from my upholstery shop.
Yeah.
And then that same amount of water.
Really?
And I wash it with a soft brush. And 2 weeks ago, this thing looked terrible because it sat in the yard for a whole year. It wasn't touched. And I washed it, and it just comes out nice and pretty and clean. And
Simple Green, vinyl cleaner, and what? Water.
Water.
Just a third of each?
Yeah,
Or?
yeah. About a third, yeah.
Wow, that's a good one.
Well, maybe you ought to get the formula to figure out the brand.
I know.
What brand of vinyl cleaner is that?
Well, it's stuff that I have that's very high end. I'll have to give you my address, and I'll tell him. I
take a picture of the bottle or
yeah,
something.
like that. Yeah.
You got it.
See, I don't do what you're doing there. I don't do it. Made them dry.
Oh, okay. So
I got the K&N filters and put in it. They're from International.
Yep.
Stuck it in. Yeah. And so I haven't cleaned it lately, but it usually comes clean.
So do you see the engine mount bracket?
It's broken on yours.
I replaced it.
Did you have one made?
Yep. Had it fabbed. That took us a week.
Yeah. They're all broken.
Yeah.
They're all broken.
No kidding. I guarantee you, they're all broken. Yeah. And then this had no shrouding. Had
Oh,
the
no
wrong
fan
fan
shroud.
on it.
Yeah.
The fan came
Huh?
off.
Self-drive alternator back there.
So he does. Mine's a direct.
I took the big generator off, put an alternator on it. Where's my alternator? Right back there. See? Yeah, there's my alternator. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. A lot of work on the old grill over the years.
Yeah,
I've had
no
it for
kidding.
30 years.
Yeah.
32 years I've had it. Yeah.
So mine's already all silver. Somebody took all the paint off, so I'm already kind of.
Yeah, that's a big job.
Yep.
So-
Well, I'm happy it's already done.
Polish it.
Well, it's easier to paint than it is to polish because you can use Bondo on it and fill up all the holes and everything.
Oh, I suppose so, huh?
Now
Yeah.
where it was popping out, they screwed it in. So I got screw holes and stuff.
Yeah, but it's a different width.
Can you find this stuff?
Well, I have a bunch of it.
You do.
Yeah. But see here where I pop riveted these pieces in.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a different width, and you see this is one width, and then 2 or 3 years later it wasn't quite as wide. This is off another bus, but it doesn't fit properly.
I see.
Okay, so what you need to do is you need to make up a little wheel and put it in a little machine or something and roll it through to widen this out so it'll snap in. Okay, and you snap it in, you take a mallet and wrap it with rawhide or something, and so you tap it in, you tap it back in, okay?
And that
I've
just
had
holds it in
taken
there?
most of these out and straightened them. See this? I took a bolt head and rounded it so it fit inside of this, and then I put it on a hard thing and I tap it down to knock these out, and then I sand it and polish it and put it back in. So I've had a lot of these pieces off. Okay? Now here is where I fill and have my tanks and my water and blah blah blah, and I can put my power underneath. This thing is open here. This is my fresh water. And here's my cutoff. This is my 8D starting batteries. These are my house batteries. So when I park, I turn my 8Ds off.
Okay.
So I have it hot when I go. Okay. Alrighty. And then
Is that a combined gray black back there?
there's the gray. There's 100 gallons of fresh, gray, and black.
Oh, okay.
And I have a thing here where when I do my black water and flush it out, I have a thing with a hose. I can turn the thing on and run water into my black water until it flows out. All the turds and everything flow out.
This is nice. This
Now
is really
a
well
second,
done.
This is a second set of pumps. There's another second pump in there. You walk up to a $2 million coach and ask the guy, "What does your water tank look like inside?" "Oh, I don't know." "Oh, you drinking out of it?" "Well, how old's your coach?" "Well, 5 years."
Yeah.
"So, what's it look like?" "Well, I don't know." Now, in my coach, when this tank, we left with this one was full, okay, it's down to there. When it's empty, we go to this one. And when it's empty, we go to that one. That way, I always have fresh, clean water to drink.
So that just goes to your
Just drinking water.
just drinking water.
Yes, palatable
So that's
water.
got- yeah.
The other water, I don't know
It's got that too.
what's running flying around that tank, but I use
Yeah.
it for showering and
Yeah.
washing dishes and that sort of stuff. Okay, alrighty.
That's brilliant. Putting it down underneath.
Duh.
I have a friend who's got it in a cabinet that's down by his sink.
Come on.
Now look at that. He put a cover on the inside. What are those? Is it just canvas?
Keeps the noise down.
Yeah. Well, it keeps the crap out too.
Yeah, keeps the crap out. Yeah.
That's
And
awesome.
that's I put that in last year. It's a brand new generator. I
Yeah.
took my old one out, put this one in. That's a 10-gallon hot water heater. And that thing just about $5,000 to put that generator in there.
That's not bad.
Is that propane or is
No,
it
it's
diesel?
gas. No, I'll show you. It's
Gasoline?
Gas. Yeah, it's a gas generator.
Yeah. So Silversides have a gas tank. See this? That's not the diesel. That's not your diesel tanks. That's a gas tank because it used to run a little pony generator for the air
So you're
conditioning.
using that?
That's right.
How big is it?
4-cylinder. In one of these bays, I forget. Okay, now this is. So if you're parked, you could take them out. They're not permanent. They're 7 gallons, 14 gallons of propane.
Mhm.
That's a 25-gallon gas tank for the generator.
Mhm.
I made it, put it in. It's because you got VW filler on top of it.
Yep. I'm a Volkswagen bus guy. I've got 4 buses.
I have 2.
Okay.
And then this in this bay here is a with all the little knickknacks to put oil in. There's all the stuff to change the tires. See this thing here with the notches in it?
Yeah.
Okay, you put that out there, and when you put your tire iron on it, you can set the other end on so you can turn it and it doesn't fall down on you.
Oh, kidding.
And then in there, these two bottles are transmission fluid,
Yeah.
and those 3 bottles are engine oil.
Yep.
Then I carry a spare set of fan belts. Okay, so on and so forth. Yeah. You have to get yourself several tubes of lube and a handful of Zerks, and heat the pins up, heat the joints up, put new Zerk in, heat the joint up till it's nice and hot, and force all the old hard oil out, grease out.
We're doing that in the 2 months.
Okay, that's a big job.
Yeah.
And this thing has Zerk fittings like everywhere, everywhere.
18 or 22.
So you could mark the aluminum, and then I took a railroad tie about that long, and I drilled a hole in. I drilled a small spot in. Took a small ball peen, and I set up gallon cans. Set these up gallon cans and put these over the hole. Okay, and took another ball peen, hammer, went clunk clunk, and then clunk clunk. Each one of those is clunked my hand. And I took all these windows apart, which was a chore.
Yeah.
And then I just sanded them. See how I sanded them?
Yep.
I made a thing that went in here with holes in it, so I put tape on here so it wouldn't move, and then I sanded all these and I put them on. I did that years ago. Years and
Looks
years.
nice.
That's what I'm doing next month. That's like on my March list, is to work on the windows. So yours are all metal, and the newer ones are rubber. Have rubber all the way around the window frames. So what's your bus number?
Who knows?
Well, you have your plate right here.
Yeah, that didn't come off of this bus. This is the buddy nut for the rear wheel.
Right.
Okay, and then these are thin walls. Okay, and you just drive them into the front hub, brake hub and stuff, and get the thin walls and put on there, and boom, boom, and it's legal.
So the problem with mine is I have completely different hubs than a 3751.
Okay, somebody changed them.
No, the 4101 used a completely different front, and the rear differential's different. So that's all completely different. And so I'm either going to have to rip it all out and put different axles in,
Why?
or leave it alone. But I'm having trouble right now finding studs. I'm actually talking to another guy who's got a 3701, which is it's only 32 foot. It's like a shorter version of a silversides. And he's actually trying to get somebody to make studs for us right now.
Why?
Because you can't find them.
I just told you what to do.
No. The holes and the hubs and everything are too small. It's a completely different hub. So the studs are actually much smaller.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh no, I don't want to go there.
No. Well. So that's one of the things I'm working out right now is what to do with the studs up front.
Yeah.
That crap is on my roof too.
Yeah.
And I have the same stains that you do where the
Air
ribs
comes
are.
through. Yeah, the air comes in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes
Well, I
sense.
thought it was due to condensation.
No, air comes in, and it leaves the air is dirty from dirt on it, from the road dirt. Stuff comes in.
And it collects where the water is, though, where it's damp from the condensation.
So this is just a regular seat that slides sideways
Yep.
instead of back and forth, because that way she can pull the lever and slide out here, and she does looking at the A pillar.
Ah. Okay.
Okay.
That's interesting.
Yeah, that's interesting. This is for her sewing machine. This is our table kitchen area. This is Corianne. I did a cabinet forward from the kitchen because I wanted the room up there. Okay.
Yep.
I handmade my own couch and stuff like that, and there's storage underneath and that sort of thing. Okay.
I like how this kind of curves around and comes out a little bit. Gives you a little bit. That's where you put your double sink. I'm gonna take a picture of that.
Yeah, that's a house sink. Goes in a house. Okay. Stove is propane. We have the push latches.
Yep.
We have pantry, top and bottom. Okay.
Yeah, look at the curve on the back of the cabinet.
Well,
Yeah.
it's a silver size.
Of course.
No,
of course.
I mean,
I know.
that's-
I like how you did that.
Yeah. And then we have drain board. We have all that. Microwave. Refrigerator. It's set up in such a way that if you want to get the shelves out, you can open the door and go all the way around.
Look at that.
Okay.
Oh, good. Yeah, that's a little thinking about that, right? That's.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then this is just my power panel here, 2 water pumps and this to start for the generator, stuff like that. Okay. This is the bathroom. It's a walk-through bathroom.
So this is what I was telling you, that this is the one I kind of like.
Yeah, do a walk-through bathroom. Okay, you can have your sink and your pot on one side, And we have closet, and then the shower's in the corner. I made my own shower pan. And then I had a guy put the custom glass cover in it, stuff like that sort of thing.
Center bath. That's what I call this, is a center bath.
Yeah. And then if you have twin beds, you get another 6 feet of living space. Okay? Boom. And then put the cabinets up high, around high.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And it's all done in light wood, so it's not dark in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that.
Yep. And linoleum instead of carpet on the floor, so it's easy to clean.
So this functions.
So
as
I found
dormer,
a,
right?
a reproduction. A company that is reproducing that blue vinyl that originally came in Greyhounds.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm thinking about doing that.
Okay.
That's neat. So you got cabinets on the side.
Oh yeah, cabinets all the way around.
Does that back cabinet by the bedroom there? Does that also function as a door?
There's a. You mean to exit the coach?
No, right here. This one.
This cabinet.
No, that's a closet.
Right. Okay. I was.
Closet.
So this is just open always.
Always open.
Okay.
You don't need to close it. And then here's the escape door back here.
Yep.
Yeah, and then we just pop the panel off and out you go.
Yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is great.
Now you're 6 something, so you're gonna
6'4".
have to squat down walking around your silversides because it's not that tall.
Actually, and we know that. Mine has a fairing strip, just a wood fairing strip along the ribs. And I'm going to take that out, and I'm going to use actually the painted the anodites, the aluminum, at the ceiling, just to get that little extra.
Well, what I did here, if you'll notice in the middle, this is flat.
Yeah.
So up to here, what I did is I added furring strip so that this was flat. So when I put this stuff in, it wasn't in a bow.
Right.
See there? Yeah. And then we spray foamed it, everything. Yeah. Then we took all the flooring out, clear down to the stand rivets, and then we washed and scrubbed it. We jacked up that far corner back there, got it with a garden hose and scrubber. And if you don't wash and scrub it and clean it inside, it's still going to smell like an old bar room during the summer. So you want to scrub and wash every inch of it. And you might go to the fire department or somebody that does fire recovery or on houses and stuff, and buy the stuff that they spray them inside with to kill the smoke smell.
Yeah.
And that's what I did with this one. I washed it about 4 times.
Because of all the cigarette smoking in
exactly.
it. Yeah.
And then it all flowed down and flowed out the door. And there were cigarette butts and old cigarette packs and bottle caps and cum drums and pieces. But you can walk in this thing in the middle of summer and open the door and it doesn't smell bad inside.
Yeah.
Thank you for the tour.
Yeah, this is amazing. Can I get your some information from you? Mine's got a big dent. Tow truck slipped, and this whole piece is like bent. I'm trying to figure out how to replicate this, and this is going to be a pain to get off too. You got to get behind the dashboard,
Yeah, I know.
rusty bolts and stuff. But mine's got a pair of.
And see, these are quick change license plate things. And I'll tell you what they are. They got thumb screws here. See here?
Yeah.
Okay. And when the bus came in, if it was wrecked, what they did is they unscrewed these, take the license plate out, front and back, took the thing off the door, walked over to an extra bus that was in the yard, put the thing on the door, put the plates in, screwed these up, and it went out as a bus that came in wrecked because it had the license on it and the door tag. And that way they were never without coaches. And the one that was wrecked, they rebuilt it and stuff like that. It was all ready to go. They parked it for when another bus came in wrecked. They kept about 3 of them in every sector.
Extra.
Yeah, extra. And then these, I didn't have these, so I had a guy make them for me. He made these for me. I got one. I borrowed one from a friend of mine. Took these to a machinist friend of mine, and had him make them for me.
They're like inner studs, aren't they?
Yeah, they're like an interstud, but they got that flange on them. See here?
Okay.
It looks similar to what's on an 06. Probably the same thing.
Yep. But they're brass. They were originally brass. Yeah.
So my license plate thing is missing, so I'm having to rebuild that too.
And then to lock it up, we just drilled a hole in this, and we just put a padlock
Put a
through
padlock on.
Yeah.
That one's fixed. Now I don't have the foot cooler on those because it's a 4101.
Yep.
What about your wipers? Are they still pneumatic?
No. A friend of mine had one of his trucks, he had a brand new truck, got wrecked. We took them out. They're air. Yeah, they're air wipers. Well, pneumatic air, yeah, air wipers. And you got to exercise them once in a while, or they'll get stuffed up and they don't want to work. So, especially this one, it sometimes gives me a little trouble. Yeah. And then we put window washers on and stuff, but I never used it when we built it. And of course, this plate, I was going to take it off and chrome it, but I just never got around to it. Yeah. It's a big job, and at my age, I just don't do as much as I used to.
Simple principle.
Hopefully it burns out before it decides to hit the ground, huh?